Hey, what's up friends? Dubmaster Kahn here with another tutorial. This one is just going to be kind of an overview of how I set up this board in Logic and sort of what effects I'm using for dub effects. And so here we go. Enjoy. Alright, so this is a tune that I made a couple years ago for somebody and they never finished the vocal, so I just have this track here. So let's just take a quick listen. So you can hear, or you can see here, all these faders are lighting up. So some of you are probably wondering, how did I get it from the computer into the desk? It's actually really simple. With this Midas F24 mixer, it has built-in Firewire input-output. So if you look at the kick track here, if we go to the mixer, you look right here. Yeah, there's no plugins except for what's on my voice here. So if you look at kick, if we solo this, you just hear the kick and me, and it's going through, lighting up on track 1 through the kick. And I can add some EQ. So that kind of beefed it up. So I just have a little bit of, I don't know, 100 hertz and a little bit of attack here. I think at like, I don't know, 4K or something, and just a tiny bit of like 20K, just the very top. Anyways, how it's routing is, if you look here, it says output right here, output 1. So here in Logic, you just route it mono output 1, and then if you press this Firewire green button here, that basically says input. So that's the Firewire input. So basically Logic is taking it out of Logic and routing it through the board onto output 1, which is input 1 on the board. And then I can control it with the fader, and I can send it. So I'm then sending it to the stereo, which is this yellow guy, sending that to the screen capture program. So that's just like the routing. So all these tracks, I got hi-hat on track 2, output 2, rim shot on track 3. So this is kind of cool because you can add plugins and stuff on using your DAW, and then you can go out of the board, do your dubbing, live dubbing, and then you can go back in and record it. Just like my voice is coming back in to on tracks output 19 and 20, and that's this track right here. It's recording back in via this guy. So I have my voice, which is channel 15 here, routed to group 3. Group 3 is inputting via this orange button back through, it says override 1920. Oh, that was a bad sound, sorry. And so basically that's how it's routing. So I'm taking the tracks out of Logic into the board, and then I have some send tracks sending to the reverb here, the delay, and I have this filter going on, as well as, you probably can't see it, but I have a little Lexicon rack mount unit over here that's going to be the phaser. So I hope that makes sense. I'm going out of Logic into the board, and then the output of the board here is just going into my screen capture program via the line input of my computer. So it's a little bit complicated, but not really. Like, it's not all that bad. Anyway, so let's talk about the routing of effects. So I'll just play the track here. Okay. So if I wanted to add some reverb to the skank, I'm just muting everything else. So I have just the piano and the skank guitar unmuted right now. It's a little loud. And then you can see auxiliary 1 here. I have it sending out of auxiliary 1, which goes to this reverb pedal right here. It actually goes out of a, just gonna pause this here. So this is a guitar pedal. So in order to, when you send out of the board, you're sending a line level signal, but a guitar pedal is meant for a guitar signal. So you have a impedance mismatch. So what I did is I bought a, what's it called? A reamper. It takes line level signal, goes through a transformer, and brings it way down to guitar level, if that makes sense. And then it sends it from there out through this blue that says output, then through the blue cord into the input of the reverb pedal. I have it on 100% wet on the reverb. And then it goes back into a direct box, a DI, that goes into channel 15. So if I unmute, or 16, sorry. So I'll unmute this. And then you can see it's lighting up here. I don't know if you could see that. 16 is what's called the return track for the, so the other end of this DI goes into input 16. I just unmuted it. Now you can hear the reverb. Right? Sounds awesome. It's just a cheap $35 reverb pedal, maybe 45. Anyways, so that's the reverb, and I can add it to like every track if I wanted. And send a little bit of signal to the reverb track. That's a little crazy. Maybe a little bit on my voice. Too much fun. You know, I gotta restart the track. So anyways, that's it sending. So you're sending signal via this auxiliary out to the reverb pedal, back into channel 16, which is the return for the reverb. Now let's talk about delay, because that's probably the most fun. So delay I have set to send 2. So send 2 does the same thing, auxiliary I should call it. Auxiliary 2 sends it out into this delay pedal, and then it goes through the delay pedal, and then it goes back in through these two, and it's actually, it takes a mono signal, this guitar pedal, and this guitar pedal can take line level signals. That's why I got it, so that I wouldn't have to do the reamp box and the DI. Then it goes back in to this stereo input channel, which is 2324. So you'll hear that. So this pedal is awesome. I just got this. This is the El Capistan. If you don't know about it, look it up. It's sweet. I might do another video just on the sounds for that guy. Anyway, so that's the delay, and then I also have the phaser, which is sent to auxiliary 3. Hear that? Just kind of reset my settings here, turn everything back to somewhat dry-ish here. Okay. So let's add it onto the skank. And that's routed to the return track 14. And I put a little bit of phaser on the reverb return. Put a little bit of reverb on the phaser return. There we go. Okay, one thing I forgot to show you was this filter here. I'm having too much fun doing dub. Okay, so what's going on here? So on the reverb send, which is return, which is channel 16, there's what's called an insert. And so basically what an insert does is after the preamp, then there's an insert which it will take it from the after the preamp, then actually take it out, then it goes through this guy and then back in the same spot on the insert. It has a TRS cable. One is the in and one is the out. So it routes it through this and then back, and then it goes through the EQ. And then it goes, so you're taking reverb, wet reverb, taking it out like through the preamp to get louder, and then routing through the filter and then back in through the desk. So this thing basically attenuates. It's a high pass filter, so it kind of just sweeps across. It looks something like, if I could draw it, it looks kind of like this, and it sweeps left and right, kind of go like this, and this would follow it, sort of like that. And it goes up and down the frequency spectrum. So. If you're familiar with dub, you'll know this sound. say hi to my wife. This is DM Kahn's wife, DM Mandy. That's funny. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it's like some really technical, nerdy stuff here, but if you're into dub and you wanted to know kind of how my setup is, I think that you'll enjoy it. So anyways, if you like this video, like it, subscribe, and share, and all that fun stuff. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.